Now dear student, we are going to discuss question number 2.34, and in this question it is given to you, you have to draw equipotential surface when it is given to you in part number A, a constant electric field acting in a z direction. Clear? So let's suppose I am drawing here, let's suppose in this direction we have, just a minute. Yes. So let's suppose we have to draw here equipotential surface when electric field, constant electric field, this is important, in z direction. So let's suppose I am taking this direction as a z direction, and let's suppose I am taking this as an origin. Let's suppose here we have x direction and this one is y direction. Clear? Now let's suppose a constant electric field is acting in positive z direction. So now we know electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. Clear? So now we can say if we draw here equipotential surface, it will be like this. Clear to you? So equipotential surface is given by like this. This is perpendicular to this z axis, or you can say it is parallel to xy plane. Clear? Now you can say because electric field is uniform in z direction, so we can say here we have equal spacing between these two planes. Clear? So now we can say it means part number A is clear to you. So here we can draw equipotential surfaces like this. Clear? Now next question, a field that uniformly increases in magnitude. Now electric field is uniformly increasing, it is given in question, but remains constant in z direction. So when the electric field is constant in a z direction, it means definitely we will find equipotential surface along the z direction. But what will happen, because magnitude of electric field is increasing, so now we can say here we find equipotential surface in the z direction. There is no problem in it. Okay? So now we can say this is z direction, so we have to draw equipotential surface in perpendicular to this z direction like this. But the important part that you can see, the separation distance between these equipotential surface decreases as we are going away from origin, because electric field is increasing. Yes or no? So we can say when value of E is increasing, we can say the spacing between these two equipotential surfaces decreasing. Clear? So like this you can draw here equipotential surface for part number B. Clear to everyone? Now you can see, if we talk about single positive charge, let's suppose if we are taking here plus charge. Clear? Now we have to draw here the equipotential surface. Now equipotential surface means what? Let's suppose if we find value of V at any distance r, you can say this is kq upon r. Yes or no? So now we can say all the points that is lying at the same distance from this charge, we can say that they are known as a equipotential, they are known as the point on the equipotential surface. Yes. Clear? It means we can say, we can draw here a sphere like this. This one. We can draw a sphere like this. Clear? So for a positive charge, what is shape of a equipotential surface? It will be, we can say, spherical surface. Clear to you? Yes. Now it is given, listen carefully, fourth part. In the fourth part it is given to you a uniform grid consisting of long equally spaced parallel charge wire in a plane. So let's suppose we have a uniform grid. Clear? So if we find equipotential surface near grid lines, we can say it is having some curved shape, but as we are moving away from grid lines, we can say we will find equipotential surface parallel to grids. Clear? Same thing is happen, that is perpendicular in vertical direction or perpendicular in horizontal direction. Clear? So definitely it's again an information based question, so there is no logic behind it. Yes, we can say equipotential surface are the locus of that points. If we join all the points that is having the same potential, we can say that is known as equipotential surface. Clear to everyone? So this is all about this question number 2.34.